A small town in Georgia wakes up to what seems like an ordinary day. But by nightfall, a chilling mystery begins to unfold. A beloved high school teacher, a former beauty queen, vanishes without a trace. No calls. No signs of struggle. Just an eerie silence where she once was. What happens when a young woman disappears into thin air, leaving behind only questions, suspicions, and a trail of deception? As investigators dig deeper, they stumble upon a bizarre twist, a shocking online confession, later exposed as nothing more than a hoax. But the real breakthrough? A single piece of evidence, carelessly left behind, a latex glove. What it reveals will change everything. Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments below. Before she became the center of one of Georgia's most puzzling mysteries, Tara Grinstead was a woman full of life, dreams, and ambition. At just 30 years old, she had already made a name for herself as a dedicated history teacher at Irwin County High School in Ocilla, Georgia. But beyond the classroom, she carried the grace and poise of a beauty queen. In 1999, she won the title of Miss Tifton and even competed for the Miss Georgia crown, a testament to her confidence and determination. Those who knew Tara described her as bright, kind, and full of energy. She wasn't just a teacher, she was a mentor, a role model, and a guiding force for the young women she coached in beauty pageants. Her passion extended far beyond the stage. She truly believed in helping others reach their full potential. In the weeks leading up to her disappearance, Tara's life followed a familiar rhythm: long days teaching, evenings coaching pageant hopefuls, and weekends spent with friends and family. She was always on the move, always making a difference in the lives of those around her. But then, one night, she was gone. A woman so deeply woven into the fabric of her small town, vanished without a trace. What happened to Tara Grinstead? And who was responsible for taking away a woman who meant so much to so many? October 22, 2005. It was a typical Saturday night in Ocilla, Georgia. Tara Grinstead, always dedicated to her students, spent the evening at a local beauty pageant, supporting the young women she mentored. Afterward, she attended a small barbecue with friends, laughing, chatting, and enjoying the night. But by 11 p.m., she was seen for the last time. Then, silence. When Monday morning arrived, concern turned into alarm. Tara was never late for work, never missed a day without notice. Yet, on October 24th, she was nowhere to be found. Her colleagues, uneasy and confused, called the police. When officers arrived at Tara's home, they found her car parked in the driveway, untouched. Inside the house, her cell phone, purse, and keys sat where she had left them. Everything seemed normal. Except for one thing: Tara was gone. No forced entry. No obvious signs of a struggle. Just an unsettling emptiness, a sense that something was deeply wrong. Where had she gone? And who had taken her? As investigators searched for answers, a single clue stood out, something seemingly out of place, yet critical to unraveling the mystery. A latex glove, discarded on the lawn outside Tara Grinstead's home. At first glance, it appeared insignificant, but forensic analysis would tell a different story. Inside the glove, investigators discovered male DNA, a potential link to the person responsible. But there was a problem. When they ran the sample through the national database, there was no match. With no immediate suspect and no sign of a struggle, the case became a puzzle with missing pieces. Despite countless interviews, searches, and public appeals, leads were scarce. Investigators combed through Tara's personal life, searching for any connection that could explain her disappearance. They examined former boyfriends, colleagues, and acquaintances, but none emerged as suspects. Then, an unexpected name surfaced. A 27-year-old man named Andrew Haley made headlines after posting disturbing online videos, claiming responsibility for multiple murders, including Tara's. His chilling confessions drew attention, raising questions about his involvement. But when police investigated, they found the truth behind his claims. It was all a hoax. A cruel, elaborate lie. With no credible suspect, no body, and no solid evidence, the investigation stalled. Months turned into years, and Tara Grinstead's case faded into uncertainty. Until, over a decade later, a breakthrough would finally come. For more than a decade, the case of Tara Grinstead's disappearance remained a haunting mystery. Leads dried up, and hope began to fade. Then, in 2017, a tip changed everything. A name surfaced: Ryan Duke. Ryan Alexander Duke grew up in Ocilla, Georgia, a small town where everyone knew each other. He attended Irwin County High School, the same school where Tara Grinstead taught history. Although their paths crossed within the school halls, there was no significant interaction between them during his time as a student. After graduating, Ryan's life took a different turn. He faced personal challenges, including struggles with substance abuse. These issues led him down a path that distanced him from the community he once knew. Investigators turned their attention to him, and when they tested his DNA, the results stunned them. The latex glove, found outside Tara's home back in 2005, had been holding the answer all along. A forensic match. For the first time, authorities had something solid. A direct link between a suspect and the crime scene. After 12 years, the investigation had finally cracked open. But the truth? It would be more disturbing than anyone had imagined. After 12 long years, authorities had their suspect. In February 2017, Ryan Duke was arrested and charged with the murder of Tara Grinstead. During questioning, he confessed to entering Tara's home with the intention of stealing money to support his drug habit. He claimed that when Tara confronted him, he panicked and fatally struck her. To cover up the crime, he, along with his friend Bo Dukes, no familial relation, allegedly disposed of her body by burning it in a nearby pecan orchard. But later, he changed his story. Now, he claimed he wasn't the killer. Instead, he pointed the finger at Bo Dukes, his former friend, saying he had only helped dispose of Tara's body out of fear. The case, once thought to be solved, suddenly took a turn. During the trial, Ryan Duke testified that Bo Dukes was the true perpetrator. Prosecutors presented forensic evidence, witness statements, and years of investigative work. But in the end, the jury wasn't convinced he was responsible for her murder. In May 2022, the verdict came in. Ryan Duke was acquitted of murder charges. No malice. No felony murder. No aggravated assault. But he wasn't walking free. The jury found him guilty of concealing Tara's death, sentencing him to 10 years in prison. Bo Dukes grew up in Ocilla, Georgia, a small town where he attended Irwin County High School. It was here that he formed a friendship with Ryan Duke, a relationship that would later become central to a tragic event. After high school, Bo enlisted in the U.S. Army. However, his military career was marred by misconduct. In 2013, Bo and his wife were convicted of stealing over $150,000 from the Army, leading to a 27-month federal prison sentence and an order to repay more than $134,000. This incident highlighted a pattern of unethical behavior that would resurface later. In 2005, when Tara Grinstead went missing, both Bo Dukes and Ryan Duke were mentioned in investigative reports. However, these leads were not thoroughly pursued at the time. It wasn't until 2017, following a tip, that the investigation gained momentum. Ryan Duke was arrested and confessed to killing Tara, implicating Bo Dukes in helping to dispose of her body by burning it in a pecan orchard owned by Bo's family. Bo Dukes was charged with concealing a death, hindering apprehension, and tampering with evidence. In March 2019, Duke stood trial for his role in the cover-up. Evidence presented revealed that he had assisted in disposing of Tara's body by burning it in a pecan orchard owned by his family. During the trial, witnesses testified about his involvement in the cover-up. Notably, a former army friend recounted how Bo had confessed to assisting in burning Tara's body. The jury found Bo Dukes guilty on all counts. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison for his involvement in concealing Tara Grinstead's death. However, the legal proceedings didn't end there. In June 2017, Dukes faced additional charges in Ben Hill County, including concealing the death of another, tampering with evidence, and hindering the apprehension of a criminal. Dukes' defense argued that the statute of limitations for these charges had expired, as they were filed more than 4 years after the alleged crimes. Initially, the trial court denied this plea. But in February 2025, the Georgia Court of Appeals reversed this decision, ruling that the statute of limitations had indeed expired before the charges were brought. Consequently, the pending charges in Ben Hill County were dismissed. Despite this dismissal, Bo Dukes continues to serve his 25-year sentence from the Wilcox County conviction related to the concealment of Tara Grinstead's death. The relationship between Bo Dukes and Ryan Duke was complex. While they were friends since high school, their bond deteriorated under the weight of their crime. During Ryan Duke's trial, he testified that Bo Dukes was the actual murderer and that he had only assisted in disposing of the body out of fear. Bo, when called to testify, invoked his Fifth Amendment right, refusing to answer questions, thereby deepening the mystery surrounding their involvement in Tara's death. Bo Dukes' actions and subsequent conviction underscore a narrative of betrayal and moral failure, casting a long shadow over the small community of Acilla. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the far-reaching consequences of unethical choices and the heavy burden of concealed truths. The case of Tara Grinstead remains a poignant reminder of the enduring quest for justice and the complexities inherent in the legal system. For Tara's family, it was a bittersweet moment. Relief that someone was finally held accountable. Heartache that the justice they had hoped for didn't come in the way they expected. After nearly 2 decades, one question remained. Had they really uncovered the full truth? For over a decade, the mystery of Tara Grinstead's disappearance gripped a small town and baffled investigators. What began as a missing persons case unraveled into a complex web of false leads, shocking confessions, and long-buried secrets. A single latex glove held the key to the truth, yet even with forensic breakthroughs, the path to justice was anything but straightforward. The case of Tara Grinstead serves as a stark reminder: solving a cold case is never easy. Limited evidence, fading memories, and the passage of time create obstacles that only persistence and forensic advancements can overcome. But in the end, the question remains: was justice truly served? What do you think about this case? Share your thoughts below. And if you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime documentaries. Thanks for watching.